Welcome to E-Litt Ninjas. Today we are going to talk about literature. What is literature? What is considered literature? Which were the first written work ever to be considered literature? Because these are important questions that every student of literature needs to understand before going to a detailed study of literature. Literature comes from the Latin word litera, meaning letters. It has a connection with the written word. Now, what is literature? It can be a written work from a culture, a subculture, philosophy, religion, or it could be a study of all these as a written body, maybe in prose form or poetry form. Literature in the West originated in the Mesopotamia region in the city of Uruk circa 3200, and then flourished in Egypt, and then you see it in Greece, having been imported there from Phoenicians of course, and there to Rome. In China, it seems to have its own origin in the divination practices that was practiced there. The first author of the world known by name was the high priestess of Ur, Enheduanna, 2285 to 2250 BCE, who wrote sings or praises for the goddess Inanna. In the early works that you see in Mesopotamia, usually it's praises to divinities or gods, but later gods, instead of gods, you start seeing humans who are featured in these works. Examples: Enmerkar, Lugalbanda, Lord of Aratta, Mount Huram. The story of English literature starts with the Germanic tradition of the anglo-saxon settlers. And at its head, Beowulf stands. It was written in the 8th century, and if you say it, it is called Old English, and there is no similarity to a normal I between Old English and our current English. But as a student of literature, you might have come across it and you might have figured how there is a linguistic connection between the Old English and the current English. Exactly. There is a linguistic connection between the Old English, something like Beowulf, and the English that we use now. Before going deep into English literature tradition, let's have a quick look at the earliest stories ever written. As I said earlier, in Mesopotamia, the Epic of Gilgamesh, that was written over 4,000 years ago, and Mahabharata in India are important names that we need to remember. All these had oral traditions, or they passed down from one generation to another generation using oral tradition. So rhyme, meter were very important. As such, they were written in poetic forms because it is easy to memorize. Coming back to Beowulf, although we are seeing a chivalric romance such as Beowulf in the West in 8th century, it is still dominated, or West is still dominated by religious tradition. So you mostly find religious stories. Let's come back to Beowulf. It is one of the earliest known European vernacular epic. It is about the heroic exploits of the character Beowulf. Although the epic was previously untitled, it was later given the name of the hero itself, which is Beowulf, the Scandinavian hero Beowulf. It consists of 3,182 lines, and it appeared in print only in 1850. Who is Beowulf? Well, the story of Beowulf opens in Hrothgar's mead hall, Heorot, and his kingdom has been ravaged by a monster named Grendel, who appears at night and carries off his warriors. So our hero Beowulf comes to this place and offers his service. And Hrothgar is impressed by a young hero daring to do so, and he rightly promised he is able to take care of Grendel the monster. But next day, Grendel's mother comes to take revenge and takes one of Hrothgar's men. But our hero isn't gonna sit and watch. He went right into the cave and kills Grendel's mother too. So everybody is impressed with Beowulf. After being gifted with a lot of prizes and praises, he returns to his original kingdom, Higlac's kingdom. And in Higlac, King Higlac passes away, and our hero Beowulf rules it peacefully for 50 years. But alas, the peace doesn't last forever. A fire-breathing dragon, something like our Khaleesi's dragon, comes and ravages the kingdom, and our hero once again goes to fight this monster. But he is mortally wounded, even though he succeeds in killing the dragon, and the end. So it kind of ends with a lament and funeral rites for Beowulf. Well, that's all about Beowulf, and that was a short or a brief look at literature and its origin. Now, the definition of literature have changed over the years. What was considered poetry was very strict, but now it's very liberal, or let's say it's a celebration. Especially traditions like post-structuralism or postmodernism kind of liberated literature from its constraints. So every day you see new forms, and new forms are accepted too, unlike the past. So the definition of literature cannot be explained or confined in one short video, but this was an attempt to get you a foundation step to have a look at literature and get a start. Where did it start? So when somebody asks you what is literature, now you have an answer. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.